Hi, this is Miles McGuire from the Oshkosh Examiner, and thanks for joining us as we continue our conversations with the candidates. Today, we're speaking with Lateria Garrett, who is running for Common Council. And the first question I have is the basic one. Tell us about yourself. Why are you running, and what qualifications would you bring to the job?
You bet. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Lateria Garrett, and I am a proud 29-year resident of Oshkosh. I am married. I've been married for 16 years to my husband, Red. We have three beautiful boys, Armani, Giovanni, and Kaivani, who we've chose to raise in this great city. I am running for council because I love Oshkosh. I mean, simply said, I love living here. It's a beautiful city, and I certainly want to be a part of its increased growth, both from an economical standpoint, culturally, and just anything we can do to make Oshkosh greater. I want Oshkosh to be a place where residents are proud to call home and others desire to. Part of the reason that I'm running as well is we obviously know we're coming prayerfully out of a pandemic, and we know that there's work to do to get back to where we used to be, and also to make sure that we're moving forward for the future for other residents and current residents.
Okay.
I think the things that I would bring to council is extensive servant leadership experience, as well as a passion to really listen and deliver results. I feel with those things, I'd be both an asset for City Council at large, as well as all of our residents.
Okay. And what would be your top priorities for improving the city?
As I kind of spoke to before, I think making sure that we're strategically planning, and not just planning, but executing on ways to increase economic growth for local businesses and all of our great residents. I think making sure that we come up with new and creative ways to hear from our residents, being more proactive and gaining their feedback. And last but certainly not least, really focus on increasing equity and inclusion for all of our residents.
Okay. So you mentioned engagement, and I think that's something that citizens care a lot about. How would you engage with citizens, and what do you think would be a reasonable time frame for you to respond if somebody reached out to you with an email or a phone call?
You bet. I've given this a lot of thought because in running and really hearing from more people, I think there's a great desire for them to have more input. And I think one of the things I've thought about is having a bi-monthly Zoom call where all residents are welcome to log on, have a respectful, transparent conversation around strengths and opportunities with an effort to move Oshkosh forward. I think for day-to-day questions for citizens, it would be reasonable to assume 48 hours for a response.
Okay. And now, kind of a technical question. It's an issue that the city has been wrestling with for a number of years, and that's the special assessment process. What do you think about the current special assessment process for street repair? And do you think the city should change it?
Sure. I definitely feel there's opportunity when it comes to special assessments. I think we hear that loud and clear from our residents. I feel like what I would do or propose to do would be really to lean into other communities that are doing it well, right? We can learn, we don't have to create the new wheel, right? We can learn from others that are being successful. I feel there are changes that need to be made to assume a more equitable way of covering the cost of street repairs, sidewalk repairs, whatever that looks like, because I just don't feel the burden should fall on our residents.
Okay. And then finally, what is something you would like to see accomplished during your first term?
Well, everything, of course, right? That's always the hope, right? So I don't have all the answers, but my passion is to really see a thriving community that is not only thriving, but healthy, happy. I would like to see our economy booming. I would like to get back to being an event city. That's something that we've done well in the past. I want all residents to feel heard, valued, and respected.
Okay. Well, Lateria, thank you very much for taking the time to chat with us. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you. It was my pleasure.